Hey everyone, what's going on? Bahroo and Gathalion here, and we wanted to talk to you guys about the new Battleborn trailer that is coming out by Gearbox, and we figured we'd run around Borderlands, give you guys our thoughts and opinions on it, of what we think, what direction they're going to be taking with this, and our potential concerns for the game in general. So I'll go ahead and Gathalion start it off here.
Yeah, so if you actually have a subscription to Game Informer, they actually have the first article that came out on it. The August issue got released this morning. I got a chance to look over it, and Bahroo and I both actually have access to a press release of it because 2K thinks we're the fucking bee's knees. I guess. I don't know why. But a lot of people I saw in comments were like, this looks like World of Warcraft, and this is gonna be like a PC MMO and shit, and it's like, no, not really. What was your feeling on the overall, what the gameplay sounds like it's gonna be aimed at?
I mean, the gameplay sounds like it's gonna be, MOBA-ish. It's going to be very MOBA-ish, but the whole first-person aspect on it, I think, is gonna be really different. A good example is League of Legends doesn't really play the same as, say, Smite in any way.
Smite's completely different. I enjoy Smite.
Yeah, but I mean, that's all personal preference and stuff, but League does not play in the same way that Smite does, and that whole different perspective is definitely going to completely change the flow of the game.
Sure.
So I'm not really too worried in terms of like the gameplay of it. Like I'm not going to really criticize it until we can actually have something to sort of work with. But there is one concern I have, and it is very real, regardless of what type this is, because there's going to be PvP in this game.
Oh yeah, there's two basic game modes in it. There's the competitive 5 versus 5, and then there's the 5-player co-op, which we'll talk a bit after Bahroo makes his point. That is, it's a good point.
All right, I am a fan of Gearbox. However, that said, Gearbox is not the greatest in balancing games.
No.
I can't think of a game that they've made that is well balanced, both on the PvE and PvP aspect. Even, I hate to say it, but Aliens Colonial Marines.
No, it never happened.
It had PvP in it. It's not that good.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, but what we're saying is the balance is a real issue for Gearbox. I feel like that might come into play. Hopefully it won't, but hopefully they have a team focused on making sure that there's not going to be some super overpowered character or some shit.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have ever played League of Legends or Smite or any of these MOBA type games. And really what defines a MOBA, guys, is needs to control bots, player versus player, lane control, taking out towers, things like that. And it sounds like that's what the competitive aspect is going to be aiming at. Randy called it a hero shooter, which, that goes back on their genre blending, that they kind of coined looter shooter. I am worried about balancing. That said, I'm excited for the game because I really enjoyed Smite, but I don't know, like, Smite just didn't take off. It didn't do well for whatever reason. I guess they do tournaments and shit, and it has some viewer base, but I don't think it'll ever get big, and I wonder if that has anything to do with the free-to-play model, or if it was just sort of like, I don't know. I don't know. What are your thoughts on Smite and why it didn't do great?
I mean, I don't really pay attention too much to MOBA, so there could be a variety of reasons as to why it didn't do well. Maybe people who play MOBAs just want the standard traditional MOBA experience, which is the over-the-top, point and click.
Sure. I feel like this is gonna work towards people who obviously like games like Borderlands that are more fast-paced action. Well, I guess MOBAs are really fast-paced, but more skill shot based, I guess. Like FPS games, you'll get a lot of the strategy needed in MOBAs, and also the really visceral, like satisfying, you know, point at the face, shoot the face action. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, but we haven't seen too many characters. I mean, the front box only shows, you know, 5. I mean, I'm hoping they're going to have a lot more than that. We can't go off that.
Yeah. Oh, there's definitely more heroes. The game's storyline is sort of based on this whole like universal apocalypse, and people from all these different worlds are coming together to stop this apocalypse from happening, and that's where all the heroes come into play. And you're going to be able to unlock new heroes, supposedly both in PvP and in the 5-player campaign co-op, which is something that's missing from pretty much every MOBA out there, is like a campaign, right?
Yeah. I want to also say it's a little interesting, 5-player co-op. This is going to be a console game.
Yep, absolutely. It's Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. So it's going to be designed to be able to be played entirely with a gamepad, which is nice. It offers up that casual experience that a lot of people like. To me, the co-op sounds, and this is a lot of speculation because they haven't put out a lot of details on it, but it sounds like it'll be kind of like Gauntlet in the way that you like level up quickly. But you'll have access to talent trees and so on and so forth. But this isn't going to be a game where you have a static character. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, yeah, you'll be leveling up each time you play. I feel like the co-op mode might end up feeling like an arcade RPG, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. I don't want people to feel like we need another Borderlands from Gearbox. They already made Borderlands, you know? They don't have to make it again.
Yeah. We don't need another Borderlands. We don't need more of it. We have plenty. We have the pre-sequel coming. We will be fine.
We'll be fine. I think there's enough looter shooter coming out to keep everybody happy.
Yeah.
And people need to look at it as, if Gearbox could put out another successful new IP, then they've pretty much solidified, you know, a lot of money to make Borderlands games with, and the company as a whole will be doing. They need to make up for Aliens Colonial Marines. They need to prove they could do something other than Borderlands. Otherwise, they're really probably not going to get all the manpower that they should and all the funding they need from the publishers to put out even better Borderlands experiences. So this could work out to benefit Borderlands in a big way.
It could, or it could flop completely. It could.
Oh, it could definitely flop.
We're either looking at the next Borderlands 2, or we're looking at the next Aliens Colonial Marines.
Pretty much.
That's how I put it. But yeah, guys, let us know how you feel. Give us your thoughts and opinions, how you feel about the trailer. Again, if you haven't already seen it, be sure to check an annotation at the top, linking it to the trailer. And yeah, tell us what you think about it. What is your thoughts and expectations of this game? What do you expect from it? And all that good stuff.
Yeah.
And, you know, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. Keep it here to both of our channels for more Battleborn news, and we'll see you guys in the next video.
Yeah.
Later.
Yeah. We'll see you guys later.